Hi, it's your boy DD758 Sakafet. Sorry, I had a technical difficulty and sorry for the late coming up late. Today I want to talk about this show called Put a Ring on It. And I also want to apologize for my last show that when I did my last show, I came on a little late and I would like to apologize for that. Today I want to talk about this show called Put a Ring on It and Own. And this show is basically about, it's about couples and I like to talk about relationships. And it's to me this show have a lot of talking points. The season is already done, but if I had time to start my channel on time, I would have covered it and introduced it to you all, my subscribers. But then it's already done. But this show have a lot of talking points where it has to deal with relationships. So hopefully we can have a real constructive discussion today. And basically it's about this couple called Shay and Michael. Shay and Michael, they were together, they broke up, and when they broke up, they were not living together. But eventually they reconciled, they got back together, and then they started a relationship. So when they started the relationship, Shay and Michael, they started living together. Michael never told Shay about he want at some point in time he would want to have his son to move in with them. And she was so used to just she and Michael having fun, doing stuff, going out and being together. But it would have been better if at the starting of the discussion or at the starting of the relationship, he came to her and told her, look, at some point in time, I want to have my son move in with us. And so then she would know like what decision to make, because it even got to a point that when she said when his son come over, she said the house is so different, everything is different, and she really don't like the situation. She said like it's so different, and she says she think they should get an Airbnb to stay together so he can spend time with his son, which I find was selfish of her. But at the same time, it all goes and has to do with communication. So for me, basically, what I would like to say, what we can discuss or what we can talk about is, do you think he should have told her like before it got to that point where they talk about this, and he should have told her that, okay, well, look, you know, at one point in time, I want to have my son come live with me. And also, do you think that she's being selfish? And do you think they could have just make it work because of out of love? Because the reason why I say out of love, because sometimes, people do get together and they do have the relationship, but then they send the child off to boarding school. So when they do that now, it causes the child to resent the parent, because the child don't like the fact that he or she's in boarding school, and then they can move on with their life. So they just solve the problem the fastest way they can, which makes no sense to me. But that's what I want to try and talk about and try and introduce it to my show, introduce it to my subscribers. And when the next season starts off, hopefully I can cover it and we can have more discussions about it. And I also maybe have some interesting stuff coming up with that show as well. But I just like to introduce it to my subscribers. And backstage, I have Miss Nana and I got my boy Gio with me to discuss this topic and what you guys think about it.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Let me get these
Hey,
settings.
Didi.
Hey, hey, what's up?
I'm really excited that you're covering this. I've been wanting you to cover it for a long time. It's very interesting. The kind of issues that they cover on this show. And for me, this was one of the most intriguing couples, just because I couldn't believe for the life of me that that somebody would be accepting of somebody else that doesn't accept their child. But then as the show went on, um, you got to kind of hear Shay's perspective, that
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily just that she was rejecting this boy. It's that he hadn't communicated well in the beginning of their relationship, that the dynamics would change. And if you don't do that, then obviously the other person is you're expecting the other person to completely change whatever vision they had for the family and for themselves, which in itself is problematic. But also, I think there's an issue with and maybe that's a personal issue. Like if I had a child and somebody
Mhm.
said to me, irrespective of the circumstances, that my child wasn't welcome in our home, that person is not welcome in my life.
I agree with you. Yes, yes.
Totally agree with that.
But Nana, what do you think about, like I say, for example, do you think they can do it for love? Because the reason why I say that, you do get couples that out of love, they would want to be together, they would still be together, but yet still like they look for a way out, the fastest way out, like probably send the child to boarding school. Now, when you send the child to boarding school, obviously, yes, the child will be out of your way, but then at the same time, that child might resent both of them. So, what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, I did attend boarding school, so but not because my parents couldn't stand me or couldn't stand each other, but because I mean it's something that we do here. But there were kids in my school that were in boarding school because of that. Because at some point, I remember like there was this one family where the father thought that this woman would take care of the kids, and then all of a sudden she changed her mind, and she just started mistreating them, and because he was already in love with her, he was in the military, and was away most of the time, and this was the woman that was holding the home. He decided to send them off to boarding school just so they were well taken care of away. And so it does happen, it's true. But I don't know. I just wouldn't make that sacrifice, because children don't choose to be here, And so if we want to mess up as grown-ups, go ahead. But when it comes to children, I just don't see a situation where I would be with somebody that wouldn't accept my child if I had one.
What you got to say about that, Perry? Oh, Gio, go ahead, Gio.
I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't nowhere in hell I accept it. If you can't take my child, period. I mean, you can be 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. Ain't nothing that important. And if you can't accept my child, then if you can't love my child, you can't love me.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a deal breaker. And when she sat there and saying, well, maybe you can get an Airbnb. What? Now, what I can get another B.
Yeah.
And bye-bye. Because I don't need that. I mean, it's no way. It's no way I would do that. I mean, that is ridiculous. Like, you're going to sit up there like you some beauty queen or something. I mean, who you think you are? Like, you can't take the child. I can't take your attitude.
No, but Perry, she was saying like, oh, when the child is there, like the child in the house, the child affects, like she's so accustomed to them being alone, like the two of them being alone. So to her, when the child is in the house, the child is obstructing a lot of stuff, like probably what they would do, what they would probably be doing. They cannot do it anymore.
No. You ain't got to re-explain it. I understand what you meant. She said my child is instructing the home, okay?
Yeah.
Well, then so am I, because my child is me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I care about my child more than I care about myself. So who are you? And if they had a child together, guess what? That kid would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because that's what kids do when they come into your life.
Exactly.
They turn your life upside down, and you're there to take care of them when they're children. And so for her to think that, I mean, but she strikes me, just having watched that season, she strikes me as a very self-centered person.
Well, I ain't even watched the season. I watched a clip of it. Okay. And that's all I need to see. Because even if you was good the whole season and you came at the end and gave this clip, something wrong with her.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with her, because everything's about her. Like, and not the, switch the, I mean, it's like Andrea and Lamar. I mean, I'm saying sometimes people got a problem with a kid being outside the relationship.
Yeah.
Low self-esteem, whatever the problem is, it's not going to work for me. I mean, because I'm not your psychiatrist. I'm not your doctor. I'm not here to fix you. If you ain't going to work, you got to go.
Yeah.
She would have to go.
I would say this. When I watched that clip, I was shocked that she even said that, like, y'all can get an Airbnb because I don't want your kids here. Like, why would she say that? Like, to be honest with you, I have children. If a woman can't accept my children, you can't accept me. That's just point blank, period. Because my kids are replicas of me. And if you love me, you need to love my kids too. I come with a package. You know, so when you come with a package, if that person can't accept that, then there's no need to be together. And he's sitting up there like in love with this girl. That's not love anymore. Like he's like, oh, okay. Like he's like a yes man, kind of like, yeah, like agreeing to it. Like, bro, you look stupid on national TV, to be honest with you. This woman just said she don't want to accept your child. Your child cannot be in the home where she lays her head at. First off, when she would have told me that on national TV, I said, well, this relationship is done. And I'm going to get up, and I would have got up and left. I would have shut down the whole show and walked out of there and never seen her again. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot accept the children, I don't care if it's a woman you dating, you ain't got no kids. If you dating a woman and you love her, you have to love her kids too. You got to have them. You got to give, regardless of how messed up the kids may be, it ain't their fault. It could be the parents' fault. You have to step in and beat up for them kids. You can't get mad that the fact that another person you want to marry has a child and say that the child is not welcome in the home. To me, she came off as very selfish and self-centered, like everything revolves around it. Like this world that this giant, humongous world revolves around that one little person because she don't want to be around kids. Okay, you might not have kids, but the man you fell in love with got kids, so you need to appreciate the child. So,
and then she.
But you know what?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
All right. You know. If I were, for me, even more importantly, if I were the biological mother of that child, I would be more concerned that his father is tolerating this kind of nonsense from somebody else. That's from our nucleus. You know?
I would agree because it's like he's sitting there thinking about it.
Yeah.
Should I accept this behavior? Is she that cute? And really, she's not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and really, like I said, you could be a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. You ain't good enough. And then somebody just said a few minutes ago, Perry didn't stutter about that. Not about my kid.
but for anybody in the chat, like if you're that show, it's on own, so you can go check out the season. Like I said, I'll be covering next season, so it's just an introductory to the show. I'm going to introduce it to you guys, all my subscribers, but it's on own. And like I said, there are more things in the works coming in that show for me on my channel, but we'll see when it gets to that point. And don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get it popping again. But what I got to say about that situation is, Perry, like, what's about that situation? Like, there are people that get into that relationship, right? I understand on what you're saying, but then I'm just bringing up a scenario. The fastest way out to them is probably, like I said, I don't know if you were not on the panel yet. They would send the child to boarding school. That would solve the problem, because if they send the child to boarding school,
no, homeboy, scratch all that. We ain't gonna send a kid to counseling.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna put the kid on Ritalin. We ain't gonna do none of that. The problem is with his chick. Okay,
I know.
It's with him if he consider accepting what his chick want. That's what the problem is.
But like I say, if they try to make it work, like they overlook that, and then they come up with
Now, once you cross me with that, and you sit on national TV or anywhere, and you state that, we got a problem. Actually, we done at that point. Ain't nothing else you can say to me. We are done. Done. A lot of people can go back. Oh, I didn't really mean this, and I'm gonna really try. But are they really? She gave her true feelings, and I feel like those are her true feelings that she just splurred out there. Oh, you can get an Airbnb. Oh, really?
But see, Perry, she ain't even get a chance. Like, I see if she gave the child a chance and let the child come live with her for a couple months, you know what I'm saying, to see how the child is. Maybe you need to talk to him on the side. Look, your child acting up.
No, but Gio, he did come spend time, but her complaint is that when the child is there, what they used to, they cannot do it anymore because the child is in the way.
Yeah, no, right. We did all that. You know what? When they met at the club or wherever they met at, the kid was not there. When they drove Denny's drive-thru and went to the hotel, the kid was not there. That is not what you can expect for the rest of your life. You can't expect that if she would have had her own child. Her life was going to change anyway with her own child. But she going to discredit Joyce because it's useless to her. She don't want the baby mother's child but she would accept the baby's mother's man.
Mhm.
Which
Okay.
doesn't make sense
And
at all.
she want the candlelight dinners and all this.
Mhm.
She's full of crap. Okay. And she got to go. And really, I'm starting to get upset at him for even sitting on stage, not dumping her yet.
Look,
Because
look
obviously it might be a problem with him too.
Ferry, look what I got backstage.
There go my girl. Hey, what's up,
What did I say?
Rasta Perry,
Hey,
No, that's the roots. That's the roots doctor. The roots
Yeah.
doctor.
the root doctor. Hi, everybody.
hey, what's
Hey.
up?
Yes, son.
So, how far have y'all got into them? I
Well,
heard part of it. I was trying to connect, but
No, we were just talking about that. What do you think? Okay, do you think Shay was being selfish for not wanting Michael's son to live with them? Because she, at one point in time, she told him to get an Airbnb when he wants to spend
Yep.
time with his son.
yep, I heard
You
that.
understand?
Okay,
then- Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
My answer would be a yes and a no. The reason I have both answers is, and that's why I asked how much have you talked about,
Mhm.
because it came to light that he had been with her for a very long time and never introduced her to this. She had no relationship with this child.
Yes.
Mm.
That was his fault.
definitely.
And he should have.
Yes.
So she had no connection, no nothing. And I'm guessing he made it seem like maybe yes, maybe no. That
But
he's gonna be with us.
But let me ask you this though, seriously, right? Whether he never mentioned that kid or not,
Yeah.
and he lied to her, isn't her decision at that point that you just a liar outside of the kid?
That's
Because
true.
The kid shouldn't have been a deal breaker. Him lying should have been the deal breaker for her.
But
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this, though.
And the honest truth is, I agree with you on that because I've got 4 of my own, and if you don't want my 4, you don't want me.
There you
I
go.
mean-
And that's how I feel, Dessa, and that's why my
That's-
blood pressure rising.
That's how that is. But having looked at it, she was having way too much fun with other old dudes.
But can I
So
ask you this?
Go ahead.
When she didn't know about this child, right? Okay,
Right.
now, a person, when you don't even have no child, the person with a good heart and a good stable mind, you ain't told this person about this child. The right person to be like, I want to see this child. I want you to meet your child, beat up for your child. And matter of fact,
Mhm.
I don't even want to deal with you no more. Your child can come live here. You and the mama got to do it. I literally just watched something the other day that this man cheated on his wife, and they was in a relationship for 20 years. He cheated on her within the first 12 years and had a mistress baby. They popped up at the house. The wife said, y'all got to go. She grabbed the daughter by the hand and said, you ain't got to go nowhere. Them two got to leave. She told the husband and the woman he was having the mistress with to leave, and she was going to take care of the child. The man said, you know what? I didn't know what a perfect woman was until I seen you. That's what you consider a perfect woman, that you want to be with. Her acting the way she's acting, though, about a child is not right. There's no right to it. Even though he secretly hided it, she should have just
Right, I
accepted
agree,
it
Jill.
even secretly.
Yeah. It's
I
true.
agree.
You know the reason, Aunt Dessa,
Yeah.
the reason that he didn't introduce her to his son is because the beginning stages of the relationship were very tumultuous. The first few years, she ghosted him twice. So she left him and didn't even tell him why she left him. And
That's true.
he was stupid enough to
Yeah.
take her back. And so I think there's a huge responsibility here that we're not talking about that Michael has to take, because first of all, if somebody ghosts you twice and you've been with them for I don't know how many years, I mean, why are you taking them back? But also, he went from being ghosted and being in this weird, like shaky relationship to all of a sudden wanting her to be a mother, like a what do you call it, an extra mom or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
What is it?
So I get what you're saying. I'll say this though.
It's the mom.
Maybe he took her back.
Insta mom, yeah.
Maybe he took her back because he knew he was lying too. She was not the only one doing wrong, because at that point when she was getting ghosted, did she know about the kid? Did she know about the kid at that point?
She wasn't doing ghosted. She was doing the ghosting.
Huh?
She was
She
the one
was
doing
doing the
the one.
ghosting.
No. I get it. But then you saying, why would he take her back? Because she's being untruthful, and so is he.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Well, see,
Somebody-
I personally think when she ghosted him, she was doing exactly what they was doing on the show. Okay. Now I promise y'all, I am 68 years old, and I promise y'all on my 68 years, we ain't going on no show with my boyfriend so he can date somebody else. And then wait, and then when you ask, do you want a second date? Yes. Do you want a third? Yes.
Yeah, because
Done.
Exactly.
Done.
Yeah.
I can promise. So, and see, even with this, what they are doing, yeah, she wrong for not accepting the child, but what they are doing, he's going to bring that child into an unhealthy relationship. Because it is not healthy. This show did not help them. They are lying. The truth ain't in them. If they say, "Oh, this made it better," no, it didn't.
But
No.
that's agree with this one. Don't you think he should just leave and just take care of his child?
I agree 100%.
Right. And matter of fact, I mean, I don't know that much about the show like that, but I'm just taking this one scenario, and I'm right. I mean, I agree with you. They shouldn't be together with the kid. Both of them got some trust issues. She goes and he lying. Okay. Now, you said they come on the show. Do they come on a show dating somebody and then
that's a twist. That's a twist to the show. Let me explain a little more.
Okay, please.
The twist to the show is the aim of the show is for them to, at the ending of the whole season, is for them to decide
Put a ring on it.
Yeah, to put a ring on a finger, or if they want to go their separate ways. That's what the show is about. But when in each episode they go on a date, like the guy go on a date with the girl and the girl go on a date with another guy. So then every time if they don't like that person, they go on another date.
Right, I got you.
Another person. So it's like they're just fishing to see if they want to stay with their fiance. So if they're just fishing to see if they want to just get married or to go their separate ways.
That's
They
crazy.
fishing to see if the grass is greener on the
On
other side.
Right.
Now, was it him and her that had been together for 9 years?
So Hollywood.
that was Hollywood.
Hollywood, okay.
Yes.
Listen, I ain't staying with you 9 years and you don't know. But here's the problem, and I know my daughter's always telling me, "Mama, it ain't like that no more. I'm still old." Okay. And the thing is, when you play wife, then he ain't ever got to be husband.
Okay.
If you playing wife, he ain't ever, or the old saying is, why would you buy the whole cow when you're getting milk for free?
Yeah.
He's getting everything, a whole wife thing, and he ain't got to put a ring on it. And I promise you, they put a ring on it, and they ain't none of them gonna get married.
Right. And just because you put the ring on don't mean nothing. You always can take that damn ring off.
Well, and they put way too much stock in, I want a ring. See, I can go buy me a ring.
There you go.
I can go buy me one.
Thank you.
I'm not waiting 10 years for you to put a ring on my finger. First of all, I ain't moving in with you being the play wife.
Who waited 10 years to put a ring on who?
It was Hollywood and what was her name?
Hollywood and Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been together for 9 years.
9 years.
Okay. I'm just catching up with this show, but I love the concept, right? But I'm just gonna say this. So is Ashley the one that told the guy to go and get the Airbnb?
No.
Okay.
I was that's probably why Hollywood didn't want her ass.
Ashley and Hollywood are
haven't they been together 6 or 7 years? D. Hadn't Shay and Ashley been together? Shay and Michael been together
how long
6 or 7 years? I think 6 or 7 years.
But on and off, because they were on and then she ghosted and then they broke up and then But the thing that
all the couples have been together at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
are we talking about? Shay and Michael, the one with the Airbnb?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, huh. I mean,
Yeah.
really, we ain't got to spend too much time talking about them no more. I know it's a topic, but that's a closed and shut case. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't accept my kids, then bye.
bye.
But he proposed to her. He proposed to her in the end.
But how much abuse can this fool take, right? So he done got ghosted twice. I didn't know nothing about it until Nana said it. And now she gonna discredit your kid, even though you was a liar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Why is he trying to stay in this relationship? I don't understand.
I don't understand it either.
I can tell you what it is.
What is it?
You know how men go to Subway? Remember I was saying that the other day?
Oh my God. I just knew that everything was coming.
But maybe it might be the opposite. Maybe man like Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? Maybe man like he like his.
He like that bread out with that tight bun.
No. You want me to tell you what it really is? Let me see how I can put this nice. Let me try and put it nice.
Oh yeah, please think about it for a second.
It's what my husband, before he passed, may he rest in peace. She got that elusive snapping. That's what she got. That's why he keep coming back. I ain't gonna say the ending. Y'all fill it in.
Oh, no. I got you though. But I was
she got that elusive snapping, and he going back to get snapped some more. He ain't been snapped like that.
Me being a man and stuff and having two boys, ain't that much elusive snapping gonna help me ever make me turn on my kids?
Yeah.
But you know what?
Perry, remember Sean and Destiny situation? How Sean was just doing stuff for Destiny, and then to him it wouldn't matter if his kids was in the picture or not. So it's the same. It's the same thing.
No, I get it. I'm saying I wouldn't. It's some fools out there that would.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you guys what happened with this couple. Towards the end, she started. I think she figured out, because Shay was very. She was geared towards the ring. That's all she wanted was the ring, right?
Yes.
She figured out towards the end what he needs to hear in order for him to give her the ring. And what he needed to hear was,
girl, you know, go head on. You got that so right.
And so she just said it so that she can get the ring. And when she got the ring, that's all she was, she was just showing everybody the ring, and, and that's all she was about. She didn't talk about the son. She didn't talk about how she was going to change towards the child. And so that worries me for that child, because once they get married and once she's in, now that she has the ring.
They're not getting married. And if you notice, she said it like this, Nana. She said, I've been thinking and I've accepted your son. What? What the hell, Sheldon?
Thank you. She wouldn't even made it this far with me, Dessa. And bye.
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
And he proposed. She got her ring. She got her ring, and now you see them on social media. They're together, living together.
Hold on. What you say, Leslie?
What'd you say, Gio?
I have one question, and this is probably the most important question. Has anybody asked the kid if he accepts her? Because there's one.
No. You know what?
The relationship you'll ever have in your life is with your kids. That's the forever.
Leslie, I got you right, but I'm just saying, we wouldn't even have to get that far to ask my kid nothing. When she acted the way she acted, we was done.
I don't know. Like, I have a very different take on it.
I got you. Go and ask your 5-year-old something and expect to get an adult answer.
No, I mean, I come from a very different
3-year-old, 2-year-old, 1-year-old.
Aunties and uncles that are not my grandmother's children, but she raised them all. So, like, in my family, and we're talking like early 1900s, like 1930s and stuff. She raised about 7 kids that my grandfather had randomly throughout their marriage. And they were all raised in the same house, the same way. Like, they're my aunts and uncles. They all sat at her deathbed. Like, like, that's when you're with somebody and if you don't accept their child, you can't say that you love them. You can't.
Right. No. See, that's we go back to that point. You said if you with someone and you can't accept their child, that's what we got a problem at.
Yeah.
We ain't even went to ask little Johnny a damn thing.
I'm saying that should have been the first person that was addressed in this situation.
The kid?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
kid should have.
No. See,
As a father, you have
okay,
to.
no. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, when she came across like that, we ain't got to go and talk to Lil Johnny.
So don't.
Okay. Say listen.
I never feel comfortable leaving them alone. Never.
Follow me out here, right? And he can be 9 years old. I'm gonna give him a little age, okay?
I think he's 10 or 12.
Okay, 10 or 12. He's 12 years old. I'm talking to my fiance, the lady I'm thinking about marrying, who I want to accept my child. And she come and basically say, I don't know if I'm feeling all that. Y'all can get an Airbnb. Okay, now, I'm going to pause for a second. I heard what she got to say, but I'm going to go and value what Johnny says at 12. Oh, I do like her. She let me play my PlayStation 4. Okay.
Yep.
He don't know enough about the situation.
Mhm.
He might think he likes something. You got to be the parent, right? Yeah. If this woman feels any kind of like feeling that she ain't feeling your kid, she got to go or he got to go. So that's why I'm disagreeing. I'm saying sometimes we can try to put things and say, well, let me talk to my kid. Sometimes you already know the answer.
Yeah. And a lot of the time you need to make the decision for them. I mean, that's why they're a child.
But I want to know why
you put the onus on them to make that sort of decision.
Facts. But he overlooking it because don't she got big lips, right? Like her lips was big.
Do not start, Gio. Do not start.
Gio,
don't even start it.
No, I feel you though. But as a man though, you got to get past these
superficial
that these females can do and still make a sound judgment.
Fact.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And when she said Airbnb, I ain't lying. I mean, I don't know nothing about this show. He sent me a clip and said, we're going to discuss this. I seen that. Airbnb. I shut it off. We was done.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Perry. Ain't no lips in this world. Ain't no booty. Stop, please, baby. I'm back. But ain't nothing in this world that's gonna stop me from staying near my kids. If you can't accept them, I can't do it. I don't care how fine you could look. You could be Halle Berry and tell me I don't accept your kid. You could be
Halle Berry and had a Halle Berry juice. I don't care.
You get that at 7-Eleven, Perry.
I understand. Look, I understand everything you're saying, but sometimes when somebody loves someone, you understand what I'm saying?
That's not love.
Okay,
no, listen. No, listen. Just listen.
Go ahead.
Just listen. Sometimes when you love somebody, I mean, you want to find a way to make things work. I'm just playing devil's advocate. So you see, like what Nana said she did, like she said, okay, she accepted, she make him put a ring on it because that's basically her aim. So they can use the trick where they can say, okay, they're going to accept the child, that they want the child in their life, and then you put the ring on it and then fine. But then does that mean she accept the child for real? You understand?
No, I mean,
but Perry, hear that. So then she might be lying to you and tell you, okay, she accept the child. And you might be thinking she accept the child. When you're not around, she might not treat the child right. She might not, she might ill-treat the child. But you now thinking everything is okay because she accepted that. But then if probably you take your time and think, at one point in time, she didn't want to have the child around, right? Then all of a sudden, she wants the child because she wants the ring. So wouldn't you think, okay, you see, I'll just forget about that. I'll probably still give it a try. And you fool, you still give it a try. But then, like you're saying, you wouldn't do it. But then sometimes in the event that some people go for what they want, and what they want is basically the ring to be married and spend time. Your child's still going to suffer regardless, but you're all right.
No, I get you, right? And I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying some people, and I'm agreeing with you. Some people make this mistake because they're not clearly thinking straight. And I'm gonna just keep it real. They ain't thinking straight. If she said no, we all heard the saying. Sometimes people no mean no. She don't want the damn kid. I might act like it to get the ring. Ain't no diamond gonna make you no babysitter. Do you understand? It's not gonna make you love nobody else. The only thing you loving is the diamond.
Can you pin Darren's comment, or Doreen comment, she said, look what she said. Your love is for your child first. You know, that's real. Like, that's the realest I'm gonna get, and that's the realest that person, man, whoever that is, they keeping it all the way 1,000. Because when you don't, I remember I used to be single, right? But I had my kids around me. I didn't even care for no woman. The love that my kids gave me beat it anything a woman could ever give me in this world. They nurtured me when I felt down. They came to me. I used to just give my kids control him play the game. I just like looking at y'all just doing.
I mean, not Gio, you right. Because you know what though, when you get that child and that child come up to you and go, Dad, that weighed more than, oh daddy. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm saying scratch it. And trust me, at that point you have lost. You see that?
Yep. And let me tell you about the 180 that this old heifer did. You know what? You don't all of a sudden, cause now through the whole show, I don't want your child with me. That being Airbnb, I don't want him over here. Then all of a sudden, at the end of all things, she said, "Well, I've been thinking about it. He can come and live with us."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You feel
that's when I, as the child's mother, biological mother, would turn around, seek full custody of my child because that's not a safe environment, and you'd be paying child support up the yang.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question.
Careful.
Okay, that's the biological mother. What would you be doing as the father?
No, we wouldn't be having that conversation.
No. I'm saying, you said that what you'd be doing. But what would you be doing as the father? It wouldn't be no wedding.
No, there wouldn't. There would be nothing. You would be
and that's when we go back to what parents.
Absolutely.
We will cut all this off because we ain't tolerating this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Exactly.
I joke about
kids in a forever relationship.
When they come back on next season, he'll be back. He'll be on there again talking about I ghosted her this time. I don't know where she at. I went poof.
Can I say something to what you just said? I was listening to something earlier, and it's like God be speaking. You know what I'm saying? You said something about I would take my child, and I understand that part, but when you said I will put you on child support, that's the problem we have nowadays with these men and these women. Once the women, y'all know y'all got so much power, y'all don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? All y'all can stop a whole lot of stuff if y'all want to.
I know it, Gio.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I felt my child was being endangered, I wouldn't let them stay there. And since I'm I have full custody, then you have to help me financially.
But see, now that's the wrong way you go about it, though, with the child support situation, because I'm gonna tell you why you go wrong with that. All you do is, and you keep stopping that man from seeing his child or whatever, and then you got him on child support. He paying back the state so much money, you barely only getting 10% of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta pay the state that back when you could just be mutual. And you know what I'm saying? Take your child, get full custody, and then you tell him, look, you can get the child here, but I need this. I need you to pay it. I need you to come through and pay it with your money. I don't want to put you on child support because that's going to.
Somebody who has a situation where they let somebody in their home and they marry somebody that has already told them that they don't want my child. I don't want my kid around them.
It's not him though. You know, it's the woman totally. And you have to
putting the kid in, at some point he's going to leave and the kid's going to be alone with her. And that's what you're trying to avoid. Yeah. It's not a safe environment for the kid.
Okay, I know this is off the topic, but since Gio brought that up, here's the thing, Miss Leslie. I don't like that you said, when I find out, I'm going to apply for full custody and put him on child support.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When the child got born, you should have put him on child support. It should have been child support from day one. And I just, it's almost to me, and please forgive me if I'm wrong. It's almost to me, there's too many women that assume because I gave birth, I have the biggest share. It's mine. I'm going for full custody. That's not so. That is just so not so. And I don't, you know, if you want child support, do it from the beginning. Don't wait till you get mad.
But see, Dessa, you know
No.
what?
But what I'm saying is, it's not because, and again, I don't have any kids. I'm not in the situation. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, if I had a child and I was sharing custody with the child's parent, if we weren't together, and I was, like, I have zero desire to be a single parent. That's why I don't have any kids. If I was sharing custody with somebody and that person, that other partner, the other parent, put my child, because at this point, you're not acting like you have the child's interest at heart. If you're putting them in a situation where then I would seek full custody. And because I would seek full custody, immediately I would go through the proper channels and seek more child support.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you, Leslie. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, this is why we have a lot of angry guys walking around right now, not wanting to be there for their kids because that child support stuff. When you put that child support in a man's life, and then you gonna want money after that because you ain't gonna get nothing. You know what I'm saying? You think you finna get something off child support. You really ain't doing nothing but messing this man up in the long run, but eventually he gonna catch up, pay that off. And then what you doing also is he gonna look at you and say, I can't stand her. I can't stand to look at her. You know what I'm saying? I really want to be there for my child. He gonna be trying to be there for a child, but then it's gonna get to the point where the man gonna say this, I can't even be there for my child because I gotta see that
at my house.
But I'm saying, look, listen what
You're not going around your life.
The man gonna say this. I don't even care to go see the child because of what she did to me. I don't want to see her. That's why I ain't gonna go see the child. And it's gonna be like, he's gonna be still mad about the fact that you put him on. Now I understand you get full custody. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But the child support, when you bring that into play, those are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a woman. Like, see, a lot of women nowadays, they like to sit it. Like, I ain't gonna say every woman, but some women. This is shout out to this woman who do it by themselves and can go get a job and take care full of kids and go pay for childcare. I support them type of women. But the ones that just sit on their ass all day and then they go get this man because he got all this money and he with another woman and the woman ain't treating him right and you decide to take your kid, that's cool. But then you turn around and flip the game and say, I'm gonna put you on house support. That's where you lose me at, because that man is gonna be looking funny. In the end of the day, he got to pay all this money. It's so much we could talk about when it comes to this situation because the other people, they just knock their wives off. You know what I'm saying? It's been plenty of domestic violence because of child support in situations like that with two people not seeing ear to ear or eye to eye about taking care of a child. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to go down that route because it starts a whole type of different anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, what you could do is be like, I'm gonna go my separate way. I'm gonna take your kid. Now, if you need to see the kid, you come over here to see the kid. I'm gonna meet you at the park. But as far as custody, I think I deserve full custody. I'll let you see the kid here and there. But it could be visitation. It's certain ways you go by it. Don't try to involve that child support system. I understand you need help. What you do is go contact your family, mama, friend, somebody that you trust to watch your kids while you go to work, because you still got to put in work. As a woman and you got kids, I understand. It's an excuse to me when you say, I can't, nobody can't watch my kids. I got to sit home. I need help. I need help. Well, if you need help, you go find the help. You know what I'm saying? You go get up, go find a job, go work at McDonald's, I don't care, Dollar Tree.
So basically,
except government assistance. If it ain't
Gio, I agree with you on that. My only problem with your stand on that is it's not my child. It's not your child. It's our child. And you are just as responsible for putting money in towards that child as I am. Now, I'm not going to sit home on my behind because, first of all, whatever child support paying ain't going to be enough to support nothing.
Right, exactly.
But the fact is, my thing is that needs to be set up from the giddy up so it is not a problem later. Unfortunately, what you talking about, Gio, is too many people that weaponize that. I'm mad because you got another female and you ain't living in the house with me no more, so I'm going to put you on support. So now you got 5-10 years back child support to pay because I got mad. And see, too many people do that. They weaponize the children. They use that child as a pawn. If you don't believe it, look at what Sarah's doing with Michael. Now, Michael ain't worth a shit. Excuse me. He's not. However, her wanting him to see the kids is contingent on him seeing her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she doesn't want him. She ain't gonna let them kids go nowhere with him because she wants to be in the mix. So she's using the children.
Mm-hmm.
But in the situation we were talking about, we did get all off. I'm
Get
sorry,
way off
DD.
topic.
I'm sorry, D. But in the incident that we were talking about, Perry, this what he need to do to her on the stage. I got you your ring now. Deuces.
There you go. There you go. And take it and go and find. Here's this ring. Now go and find you a husband that give a damn.
Go on back there. What, Nana, what was our boy's name she was seeing? What was the guy? Do you remember?
I forget his name. The one that picked her up?
Yes.
Yeah. And if you remember, I don't remember his name, but if you remember, they both had boundaries for when they went on dates.
Yes.
And she held him very highly to account when it came to his date. But then when it came to hers, she was kind of like, well, I don't need any boundaries because, I'm a woman and I know better and, I'm better than him and I have better moral standards. That woman is very, very, very...
I ain't gonna promise you she didn't jump in the sack with him.
Because
see, the camera ain't everywhere.
That's why I say when you see season 2 come up, I'm going to be covering it because that's the next play to that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the boundaries. The boundaries cause a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have different boundaries.
But here's my problem with that. Again, like I said, if you have problems in your relationship, bringing a third party into the relationship doesn't solve the problem between me and you.
Not at all.
If me and you got a problem, it needs to be solved between me and you. And me going on dates with somebody else and checking them out. And look at here, I would be so offended if you said, I had a good time on that date. I'm going out with you again.
That's
close the door behind you.
They said his name was
only giving you a reason to leave the relationship. Bringing the third party.
I agree. And it's just because you know what? You already wanted to go. Well, there is no way if I got my man, you gonna convince me that it's okay to let some other woman date my man.
Yeah,
and I know he a Marine. He said, "Oh hell no! It ain't nobody better not be looking at you. Oh hell no, that ain't fixing to happen."
You said that right, and us Marines, we don't play that, okay? And
that's what he said. That's what he said. We don't play that.
It ain't
gonna happen. No.
Feel ready to go. Hey, let's join this show where I can go and date other people. What? Okay, now that's your sign. Like I said about my kids, I don't play that.
That's right.
Perry ain't gonna play that neither. Because we even introduced this idea.
Perry, so,
I know we done.
So Perry, it don't matter how much you're gonna get paid. You're not gonna be on a show like that.
No.
Be stupid.
No. I cannot be. Now, no, I cannot be. I mean, just like, I'm telling you, I mean, because you would chase a couple of dollars, but I can't ruin something that's real. You see what I'm saying? So that's why
preach it. Say it one more time. You can't do what, Perry?
I can't ruin something that's real. But Delsa, to answer this question, if I was single, why not? Because I ain't invested nowhere.
So the other people on the other side, they ain't got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
That's just like, trust me, if your partner ever come to you and start talking about, have you ever thought about bringing a third person up in the mix?
What?
I'm gonna say something.
Okay.
To clear something up.
Okay, Gio, sorry.
I'm gonna say something, clear something up because I see the comments rolling. I see people saying little stuff about the child support situation. Before I jump off topic, I wasn't talking about this couple because certain people do deserve to get put on child support, but not every man in the world deserves to get put on child support. Because if it was reversed, then women would have a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that every man needs to be put on child support or everybody needs to be put on child support. No. What I'm saying is if there is an agreement with the two parents, you don't have to sit up there and go use child support to you. Like Dessa said, if you didn't use it in the beginning, don't get mad and try to use it later. Now with him, with his situation, with this situation, that's with this woman that don't accept his child, and he ain't trying to really be there for the child. Of course, go ahead, put him on child support because he ain't gonna want to be there for the kid.
Yeah.
That's it. I wasn't talking about him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general for certain men that's really actually doing stuff, already paying for their kids, being there for their kids, and then you turn around and get mad at him because he's with a good woman and put him on child support. Doesn't make sense to me.
Oh no,
Hey,
no, no,
Gio,
that's
hey,
not what I
Gio.
was saying at all. I was
Yeah.
saying that particular situation.
Yeah.
Like, that
Okay.
situation.
But can I take us back to something that Aunt Dessa was saying about the show?
Let me say this real quick about this child support thing. I'm sorry, because I don't want to
That's
get off
all right.
and come back to the show. But I would say this. This is just my personal belief from all the experience I had. I mean, because I never had a child out of wedlock. So I never had child support, these things. But from many people I knew through the course of my lifetime, I would think it's in the best interest of a man that have a kid with a woman to go and put himself on child support.
There you go.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Because it's your responsibility just as much as that woman to take care of your kid.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep the backlash because I had a brother, well, I got a brother that he did it. And his woman come back later and then he ended up doing some little time for that, right? Money
Yeah.
that he gave her. Child support, I'm sending it into a certain place, is a racket trail.
It's a
that-
record.
And
Yes,
everything
sir.
else I want to do for my kid, I would still do for my
Yeah.
kid.
And what I
Outside
was
of child support.
saying, Perry, is like it makes certain men mad. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even. But I was saying that I wasn't saying every man, but certain
Right,
men do get mad, and it's true. A lot of men do get mad that they don't want to see their kids or nothing like that no more. That's just real. What's going on? I was. It's sad that it has to be that way.
Right, I get
That's
it.
what I'm picking up. I'm not saying me. I'm saying certain men out there literally get mad that they're on child support, that they don't want to see the mom, and they start not to want to see the child. Not me, but personally, it's sad. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't saying, oh, I agree with it. No.
Oh, yeah, no. Gio, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that the things can get complicated, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. If a man went from day one and put himself on child support, himself, I ain't waiting on her. The county gonna pay you this money because I'm giving it to them. So when we have a problem about visitation rights and all this, when I go and say, hey, I need to, talk about custody, split custody or whatever, they ain't gonna go back and say, oh, well, you haven't paid nothing in 2 years.
Amen.
All this kills that, right? And now,
Amen. Yes, sir.
I need to see my kid. If she don't want to give you the kid, now you go for full custody. Some kind of way. I'm just saying at that point, you get other options, right? But if you go with this trust thing, I'm gonna give you all this stuff and trust you, they can flip it on you later, and you're gonna be sitting there with an empty bag. Talking about, damn, man, I can't believe they did me like that. After all I did, right?
And it makes anger out of the situation.
Trust me, sometimes what you get to do is put it on record. Put it on the record. I'm gonna pay my child support. Anything outside of that, as long as I met that minimum, I can give my kids whatever else I want to give them to them outside that. You see what I'm saying? Do that. It only protects the man or the woman.
Right.
Whoever's
You're
paying
right about
child support, it protects them.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
DD.
Hi everybody.
Hi, D.
But
We're
now,
sorry.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Superman.
Go back
Sorry.
to the show. I'm
We
sorry.
sorry, DD. We sorry.
Child support.
Clark Kent went to change
You're-
the Superman.
You're starting to make me feel like I'm paying child support and I haven't got a child. You know, so like,
You have to go on child support.
I don't even have a kid.
But if you didn't learn anything tonight,
you got lazy and I thinking we're paying child support. What's wrong
Take
with
some
you?
notes. Take some notes.
but if you
I
learned
don't have
anything
no, I
tonight,
don't have no babies.
if
But
you-
here's the
learned
thing with
anything
what-
tonight, then you would go, if you had a child, to go ahead and sign yourself up child support. Just
I have two things.
Look at my shit, Perry. I'll be the
Superman.
the best
Two
super
things, Perry.
I'll never
I
be
see
the
that.
child.
I see that.
What you and Gio are talking about is, number one, we're not talking about the scrubs. We talking about
Right.
men.
Men,
Exactly.
right?
Real men. Men
Exactly.
take care of their responsibilities from jump.
Uh-huh.
That's men. We ain't talking about the ones who jump in, hit it, and quit it.
There
Mhm.
We
you go.
talking about men.
And that's what you
And
said. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say that
and,
SOS
and
can stand for scrubs and slammer too, can it?
Because some man,
now scrubs and flowers.
look, that's some, like to me, honestly, a real man wouldn't even complain if the mom put him on child support. He'll just be like, you know what, I don't care. I would still want to see my child. You know what I'm
Exactly.
he would-
That's the
he
main
would-
thing because
This is the
get
man I
older.
represent. You see what I'm
He
saying?
would do. He would do what Perry said from the onset. Here's the second thing I wanted to say. Whether you're married, you're living together, or you're just co-parenting, the person that you start off with is not the same person that you end up with if you break up.
Uh-huh.
As
Right.
they say,
Look.
the person you married is not the same person you divorce.
Mm.
So
Okay,
that's why when you said, Perry, go ahead and start child support, everything may be good and flowers and fairies and, well, I
Right.
don't want to say fairies, flowers and springtime and summer and all of that,
Right.
because y'all in love.
Mm-hmm.
But when you ain't in love no more, then they
Mhm.
turn into a different person.
Yep.
Mm.
So you
All right.
best protect yourself. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
Okay.
Prenup.
All right, so-
Prepay, pre-everything.
There you
Okay,
go.
so- all right, guys. Well, we came to the conclusion that I just wanted to, like I say, introduce it. Like that's the only show I'll be doing about this footering on it. But I want everybody to at least get the feel of it and maybe start checking it out because the new season 2, I'll be following season 2, and also from
When's it
season
coming
1,
out?
I gotta make sure I get that check on that as well. But then the
Okay,
next
let
thing
me
is,
know.
yeah, because season 1, I hopefully I got some surprises coming up from season 1. So I just wanted you all to get the feel of it. So then if everything works out well, then I'll have some surprises. But I'm working on some stuff.
I
But
bet you
anyway,
didn't know this many of us was watching it, did you?
but look, I got before we say bye, I got some rare footage of Perry the first time he saw Sherelle.
Oh,
Wait, if he got his Rasta hat on, I think he had his Rasta hat on that picture.
Gio, and what is he saying? What you say?
So anyway, guys, thank you for everybody chiming in. Thank you for everybody supporting my channel. To all my new subscribers, thank you. To all my subscribers, I like to say thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button. And I got more coming. I'm just testing out the waters, trying out stuff to see what direction I'll go with my channel. But
This might be a
footering
good
on
one,
it.
Gio. It might be a good one. I mean,
Yeah, but-
it might be a good one.
And
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
try to do better staying on your topic.
let's go next time so we can talk smack.
Yeah, so when season, I'll let you all know when season 2 comes out, but then for sure I'll be following season 2 because, like I say, Perry, they got boundaries. It have a lot to it. I mean, I just touched base on it, but it has a lot to it where the couples, they go on dates, they have boundaries, and then the spouses like break the boundaries, like they you know.
Oh
because-
no!
Yeah,
No, they didn't.
Accepting
yeah.
that.
So it's really interesting. It's really really interesting. So I'll be
And
covering
it's
season
not
2.
all the time. It's not all the couples every single show. It's not every
Right.
single person that goes on a date. There are times when the counselor kind of controls it, depending
Yeah,
on
there's a
where
counselor as well. Yes, there's a counselor.
Yeah,
a
just-
counselor involved as well.
yeah, sometimes
ask-
they influence
Oh,
each
I'm
other.
sorry.
It's well controlled. Go on, Auntie Dessa.
Dee Dee, let me ask you this question from this show. If you in a land far, far away in another century on the other side of the universe, if you and your lady went to this show and you look at video of her on her date and she is looking as interested as some of these women was looking at the other men, would you consider that a deal breaker already?
A deal breaker
Y'all
as in,
mean-
like, in what way?
I'm done.
As far as your relationship,
Nah,
Yeah,
well, look, for me, it all depends on how much I love the person because sometimes I'll be honest, I've been in situations where I've had little infidelities in my past, and I overlook it, and I still give it a go because I love the person. You understand? So it all depends on how far they went. Then I would say, okay, I'm done with it, or I'll probably continue pursuing my relationship. But it
Mm.
depends on the situation.
Have you done one? Have you?
Huh?
We all been burnt before too.
No, but from what I see, from
Not
what,
a
I,
habit
from
we
what, I,
wanna
from
keep
what
up.
I've seen on the show, there were some situations.
It's deal breaker, wasn't it?
I would,
But
yeah,
yes,
I wouldn't put her
you
in
know
it.
what? Maybe you asked the wrong person that. You should
Oh,
ask
oh.
Perry that, okay?
Perry,
Yeah, I mean, because you know what? I mean, because Perry ain't into all
Perry,
that.
Gio, y'all go to this show because y'all done went crazy. Apparently, you know, you lost your mind, you hit your head,
Yeah, you wasn't
you
thinking
became
straight.
somebody else. You wasn't thinking straight for a second, and you went on the show and you looked at it, and your wife is kikiing and grinning and carrying on your girlfriend with this other, and you know, and wait, and not only that, but they looking at him saying, you know, wait, I'm gonna have to be like my daughter with Veggie Tales. You know, Bob, if I wasn't with him, me and you, we could have something.
Oh my
And
God.
you looked at that, Perry. Is that a
starting
deal
to hurt.
breaker?
It's hurting already.
Is that, so you feel the pain. You feel the pain.
No, it's hurting me already. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You even got around to where she started to talk to the guy. If she would show up looking better than where she don't look the last 4 years, I got a problem with that.
And all of them did. Didn't you think so?
Yeah, they get all
Yeah.
nasty
Well,
up.
they had professional hair and makeup. No, I would assume.
No, but the professional hair and makeup didn't have nothing with them skirts up the butt, cupping and carrying on and going on.
Exactly.
I don't
So
know. I'm the one that
Low-
even
Low
suggest.
cut here and butt out back there.
Yeah.
That's what you saying. If we was on the
The
show
really good looking cast.
and we
Yeah.
with our women, would we be like looking, you know, like, and our women's decide to try to like look at another man and say, oh, like wanting to try another man. Oh yeah, it's over. It's a wrap. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, look, it was good, nice knowing you, but I gotta do what I have to do to
But see,
protect my feelings
I
because
would-
you did me a little bit.
I would
so-
lose some trust. I would have a trust issue going on right there. Because basically because see, first of all, we ain't put a ring on it. We ain't married.
Uh-huh.
And you looking at somebody very interested. I'm not saying that you can't look at a nice looking guy or a nice looking woman. I mean, y'all ain't dead and blind.
Right,
But-
right.
but you can't be contemplating. And I promise you, Dee and Nana, if that show had gone on, the look Hollywood's old girl and Shay, you get all the kind of rings you want. When you got down on your knee and looked around, I wouldn't have been standing there.
I didn't even for showing up. 'Cause I don't think I would have been able to make it to the show. I would have been like,
Well,
Yeah,
Now,
I felt really bad for Hollywood throughout the show. I really felt bad for him.
Yeah,
He was
yo,
struggling.
Hollywood is an amazing guy. I'll not lie. His
Yeah.
energy and
But
He's a good
Hollywood
guy.
is also an angry man. He was very
Well,
angry.
like I said, I'm working on some stuff. Hopefully I got.
Okay,
some stuff
I'll leave it
already, and
alone.
yeah, so just leave it alone for now. But
I'll leave it alone.
I'm working on something. But anyway, guys, want to say thank you again for everybody that subscribed. To all my new subscribers, don't forget to hit that like button, and we out.
1,000 years.
1, 2, 3.
We have
Peace,
4 more to
It's,
go.
it's almost there. Wednesday, I'll make the announcement. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Love you all.
Bye.
Take care.
Oh, we